Huge win for Ajax this past weekend out in the Eredivise as their chasing pack could not keep up the heat. But what's going to happen this weekend out in the Dutchlands? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction today. Today, we're taking a look at match number 23 out in the Eredivisie, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, stop what you're doing, swallow what you're doing, and smash the subscribe. Keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related. Eredivisie, World Football, we're going to all here. Under Waalwijk, that's right, boys and girls. Of course, Ajax winning, but of course, PSV could not keep up the heat. But of course, now you got to think about the chasing pack. AZ Alkmaar, what's going on with them? Feyenoord, can they get back into the thick of things? We'll take a look at all of that in just a second. On a big shout out though to the Patreons. You know who you are, the VIP band of brothers. Yes, that's right. Who went right here, of course, to my Patreon page. There is a link on the screen. It's also up here, and of course, you can see you could join at any level, at any bloody level, even beyond this if you're crazy enough, or maybe even in between. So maybe you check that sucker out and support your creator. That is me, who is busting my ass these days trying to keep these bad boys going in a very, very difficult. You know what I'm talking about? Do you want to have a little look at it? Do you want to take a look at this? This is just where are we? Look at this. Look at that. What I've got to do every bloody week. It is. I'm playing for the sympathy here. I'm playing for the sympathy. Look at all these. Look at all these bloody. This is a sneak peek. You'll get access to this data. Look at all these down here. All these bloody datas, and I've got to do these one by one. We're going in the Eredivise right here, right now. We'll take. This is actually spoiler alert. If the computer decides, here we go. Yeah, and I'm not talking about that. I've got loads of data. Loads of data. All you guys from the past. La la lila. They're all there. They're all there. This gives me nightmares. This gives me nightmares. So any support you can throw at me, I do appreciate it. But anyway, so let's take a look at this, shall we? Of course, here we bloody go. Kick it all off with, of course, Waalwijk up against FC Emmen. Was a 1-0 win for Waalwijk, and I got that one bang on the bloody nose, folks. Bang on the bloody nose. Meanwhile, Den Haag pulled off a shocker against PSV with a 2-2 draw. Actually, with a 3-0 win for PSV, and I got that one wrong. Meanwhile, Groningen against PEC Zwolle was a win for Groningen. Called it 2-1 win for me. 1-0 was the final score. Sparta against Fortuna Sittard was a 2-1 win for Sittard, who just keep on keeping on up into the top 10 now. 2-0 for me. Got that one wrong. Meanwhile, Heracles against Ajax was, of course, nailed on. 2-0 win for Ajax, actually, with the 2-1 win. Made it a little bit closer than thought, but you know what? They all count. 2-0 win in the end. AZ Alkmaar against Heerenveen. 2-0 win for me. 3-1 was the final score. Big win for AZ Alkmaar as well to climb up into the top 3. Utrecht against VVV-Venlo was a big win for Utrecht. 3-1 final score there. 2-1 for me as well. Not too shabby. Feyenoord against Wilhelm. They got the big win. 5-0. Wilhelm looked toast. They looked like they're going down, and that was me. I was tipping them for at least top half, and then wrapping up. My boys proved me wrong. Actually, with a 2-1 win for VT Arnhem. It was a 2-0 win for Twente. And as you can see, I got myself 2, 4, 6, which is pretty good then, shall we? Of course, let's take a look at the table as it stands. Ajax lead the charge, of course, at the moment. PSV are 6 points adrift. Played 1 game more as well than Ajax, so it's pretty much nailed on that Ajax are going to take this title. Of course, AZ Alkmaar to 3rd, VT Arnhem to 4th now. Down the foot of the table, Emmen, Den Haag, Wilhelm going down. Well, Wilhelm are in that discussion. Goal difference. That's keeping them up at the moment. But anyway, let's take, of course, a look at how you all got on in the Eredivisie. This is the criteria, not 2 in the shit-face game, 3 to 6 straight-face club. And if you got 7 or more, yeah, bloody well, fantastic. Of course, I just got just shy there. So here we go. Gaming Charlie, you did bits. Ultra, Oma, Mira, well done to you. Of course, brother. Omaji Monday also did good. Okay, didn't, in fact, do that. He actually hit a home run there. Of course, Olaji Ojo also did very, very well. Of course, Russell Frost did bits. Tom Stain also did very, very well. James BCFCR, great. You also did good. Last 1 to 3, you did good as well. Oma Esquivel, not too shabby, of course. Georgika Isef did all right. And Matt Gunner did bits. Yannick Buster did okay. I'm Sugar, not too shabby. Shepherd also did very, very well. Of course, Nathan Eva did tremendous. Of course, take a bloody bow, son. And of course, Gerald Landers also did very, very well. Indeed, not a red face in town. That's what you want to see. Of course, but if your name is Ultra Omar, you're on the slippity slope right there. But of course, if your name is Nathan Eva, of course, okay, you did tip top, fantastic. Of course, go down there, down in New Zealand, kicking his ass and taking a name. That is, of course, Purple Laser, aka Nerf, Nathan Eva. But of course, take a look at the overall situation out on the table here. We bloody go. Yes, Russell Frost. Of course, he's doing a bit of a sweeper-rooney, kicking ass in the EFL, kicking ass all over the place. But of course, consistency is key. You just show up, you keep your picks in, and you're going to be in the hunt. Of course, he's got a bit of a lead on Matt Gunner at the moment, but of course, it could all change starting right here with these games. Of course, going to go right in the deep end then, shall we? Of course, Willem II take on, of course, FC Utrecht this weekend, and this will take place on Friday the 19th of February. Of course, the picture then the last 6, 2 is for Wilhelm, 3 for Utrecht, 1 draw last round in Wilhelm was in fact a draw back in February 2020. Around about this time last season, Paul Gandel on a Scottish John Christy Belbeck get the goal for Utrecht. Heading into this though, Wilhelm have actually failed to win 11 of the last 12 matches in Eredivise, with Utrecht undefeated in line the last 10 matches as well. Heading into this, winning 4 of the past 5 games, that's Utrecht. Their only hiccup was a draw against, of course, Zwolle. Meanwhile, just 1 win in the past 6 for Wilhelm. That was against FC Emmen at the back of January, of course. Look at the bookies odds on this one, of course. We don't have any bookies odds, so it's going to be quite brief, this. But anyway, of course, a win for Wilhelm in 16th. They could close in on 15th and maybe keep their dream on of getting out of that relegation zone intact. Meanwhile, Utrecht are up to 8th, and a moment with them, they could go as high as 7th in the table. I've gone with a 2-0 win for Utrecht to take the 3 points, and again, keep on moving on. Move the bloody chains, of course. Next, of course, Emmen, who are rooted to the table, taking on, of course, PEC Zwolle. Of course, played each other 6 times. The last 6 has been nothing for Emmen, 4 for Zwolle, and 2 draws. Last time around, though, Emmen have actually failed to win the last 22 matches in the Eredivisie. They've also failed to score in the last 5 as well. Heading into this, I've got basic stats on this one. Emmen coming at you, of course, losing 4 on the spin, whereas their opposition Zwolle coming at you, of course, without a win in 4 as well. Actually, just 1 win in the past 6 games. But a win for Zwolle in 13th. They could actually go in up to 12th. As for Emmen, they are, of course, cut adrift, but a win for them, they could close in on 17th. But I can't see anything happening here. I've gone with a win for Zwolle, 2-1 win in the house. Next up, of course, VVV-Venlo up against AZ Alkmaar, of course. Played each other in the last 6 seasons, nothing for Venlo, 3 for Alkmaar, and 3 draws. Last round in VVV-Venlo was a 2-2-2 draw. That's right back in November 2018. Tio Cooperman is on the score sheet, Ose Dendrizzi as well. Penel Malpa and Patrick Justin as well on the score sheet for VVV-Venlo. Peter Van Ujren got himself sent off. They also played this season out in AZ Alkmaar was a 2-2 draw as well. Georgios Kumas on the score sheet with Evan Lichtfors, Jesper Carlson and Kevin Stengs on the score sheet with Alkmaar, with Jonas Svensson got himself sent off. I think this is a bit of a... No, it's not a derby. Scrap that. Alkmaar are actually undefeated in their last 12 matches on the road. Heading into this, though, back-to-back wins for AZ Alkmaar, beating Emmen, beating, of course, Heerenveen. Meanwhile, back-to-back defeats for VVV-Venlo. Their form has gone to shit at the moment. Got no odds on this one, like I said. Heading into this, though, VVV-Venlo on 14th, but a win for them, they could go as high as 12th, whereas AZ Alkmaar 13th. They close if a win for them, and a little bit of luck, they could close into Alkmaar to PSV to just 1 point. I've gone on this one, 2-1 win for AZ Alkmaar to get the 3 points, and again, VVV-Venlo will keep on looking over the shoulders to watch out for them relegation spots. Next, of course, we have Fortuna Sittard, who are flying high up against Den Haag, who are flying low. Of course, played in their last 6, 2 wins apiece and 2 draws last time around. In Sittard was a 1-0 win for Fortuna back in November 2019. Goal scorer back then was of course, Almelo Cease on the score sheet. Of course, heading into this, though, Den Haag have actually failed to win the last 6 matches in Eredivise. They come into this, though, just 1 defeat the past 4. The 1 defeat was against Groningen. The rest have been draws. On the flip side, Fortuna Sittard just 1 defeat the past 4 as well. That 1 defeat was against Heracles Almelo. The other 3 were wins. Look at the bookies odds. Can't give you that. Of course, Sittard coming at you in 10th, and with them, they could actually go as high as 8th in the table as of their opposition. Den Haag are in 17th, and with them, they could actually go as high as 16th in the league with a little bit of luck going their way. I'm going to go with Sittard to continue the form, of course, pretty good at the moment. And again, 3 points will keep them believing for a top half finish. Next, of course, they have 20 up against Feyenoord in probably the game of the weekend, really. They played with them last 6. They got no wins for 20, 4 for Feyenoord and 2 draws. Heading into this, though, 20 have actually failed to win the last 7 home matches in Eredivisie, and they're coming into this pretty shitty at the moment, of course. Just 1 win the past 6 games. That 1 win, of course, just the other day against VT's Arnhem. As for their opposition, of course, Feyenoord coming actually out in 5th. Win for them. They actually got back-to-back wins for them. But a win for them, they could actually go as high as 3rd. As for 20, a win for them, they could close in on 6th place Groningen, but they can't move the chain, so they'll be stuck in 5th. Gone with a win on this one for nobody. 2-2 draw in the end to keep on the heat. Keep up, I don't know, keep up something. Keep up the false hope. 20, you're not going to make it this time, of course. Next, of course, RKC Waalwijk up against Heracles Almelo. Waalwijk coming at you out in 15th. Of course, Almelo coming at you out in 11th. Of course, the last 6 between 2 sides, 2 wins for Waalwijk, 4 for Heracles, no draws. Last round in Waalwijk is a 2-0 win for Waalwijk back in November 2019. Goal scores on the day, so on the score sheet, Kevin Vermeulen as well. However, they did play each other in Heracles Almelo this season back in October. Was a 1-0 win for Waalwijk as well. So 2 wins the past 3 games for Waalwijk over Heracles. Heading into this, though, Heracles just 1 defeat the past 5 games. That 1 defeat was against Ajax just the other day. Meanwhile, of course, just 1 win in the past 6 games for Waalwijk. That was against FC Emmen, of course, not too long ago. A lot of draws knocking around. Meanwhile, heading into this, Waalwijk coming at you out in 15th. A win for them. They could actually go as high as 14th, whereas Heracles are actually in 11th. A win for them, they could go 8th in the table. Of course, a win for them, and that's not what they're going to get. I've gone with another draw. Surprise, surprise. 2-2 in the end. Kicking off further, we have Heerenveen against Groningen then, shall we, of course. Let's take a look at this one then, shall we, of course. Play each other in the last 6. 5 for Heerenveen, 1 draw. Oh, yes, 1 for 5. Bloody 5 draws at the last 6 games between the two sides, and 1 win for Groningen. Of course, that 1 win was back in Groningen back in 2018. The last time they played each other in Groningen. However, last time they played each other in Heerenveen was a draw. Of course, there's been 5 of them, so of course it's been quite recent. Of course, heading into this though, just 1 defeat the past 4 games for Heerenveen. That 1 defeat was against AZ Alkmaar. On the flip side, 2 wins in the past 5 games for Groningen. Of course, beating Den Haag and of course beating PEC Zwolle. But they did lose to Heracles, and they also lost to VT's Arnhem, and both of those games were on the road. So heading into this though, Heerenveen coming at you, of course. They're actually in 9th. A win for them, they could close in. Actually go to 8th. As for Groningen, they're in 6th. A win for them, they could close in on 5th as well. I've gone with on this one 3-2 win for Heerenveen to take 3 points. Groningen not the best of form. Heerenveen also not, well, they're in pretty good form. 3-2 win, goals galore in that one, pretty tight as well. Next of course are PSV Eindhoven taking of course VT's Arnhem. Of course these are second against 4th here. Of course play each other in the recent succession. It's been 3 wins for PSV, 1 for VT's, and 2 draws. But heading into this though, PSV have actually won 9 last 10 matches at home. They're coming into this, of course, PSV just 1 defeat the past 6 games. Meanwhile VT's Arnhem without a win in 4 games. A win for VT's in 4th. They could go as high as 3rd. PSV Eindhoven are actually in 2nd. A win for them, they could close it in on Ajax in 1st. Tough one this one, but I'm going to go with, of course, tradition. Of course, PSV should win this one comfortably, 3-1 in the end. And wrapping it up will be Ajax up against Sparta Rotterdam. Of course, they played each other in recent succession. It's been 6 out of 6 for Ajax, of course, including last round in Amsterdam as a 2-1 win for, of course, Ajax back in January 2020. Meanwhile, they played each other this season, and Sparta was also a 1-0 win for Ajax. Heading into this, though, Ajax have actually won 19 last 23 home matches in the division. They're coming at you out of this one, winning 4 on the spin. Of course, they got Lille on the horizon, of course, out in Europa League. In fact, they'll play this game, Lille, prior to this. Of course, heading into this, though, of course, Sparta without a win in 5, picking up 3 defeats and 2 draws to boot. As for the bookies odds, so we don't have that. Of course, Sparta coming out in 12th for a win for them. They're closing on 11th. Of course, Ajax will be top of the books no matter what goes on elsewhere. And they will get their winner here as well with a 2-0 win comfortably as they do. And if I'm right, which I bloody well hope so, this is what the table will look like. I believe yes, it will. Of course, Ajax will be 56 points on the board, as you were at the top of the table. PSV, of course, 6 points adrift at the moment into 2nd. AZ Alkmaar to 3rd, and final back into 4th. Down the table, Emmen and Den Haag, as you were down there. Be sure to get your picks in, of course, nicely ready for this. And of course, we'll do it all again next time around, of course, yes. Be sure to check out the links down below. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and again, I'm on Patreon. If you want to support the channel in another way, that's the best place to do it. Until then, though, be safe out there, mask up. And again, if you want to stick around, I hope to do some watch-alongs and might even be Ajax against Lille this week on the channel. So make sure you keep your eyes open for that. But until then, check out the thumbs up, smash the like, smash the subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. I gotta go.